What's up, Boils and Ghouls? Welcome back to the attic. I am Shadow Oracle, and this is my attic. How's everybody doing? It's been a week. Usual schedule. I hope everybody's doing well. I've been doing great. I've got some new decks, so I'm super excited to get into this reading. I wanted to keep the energy a little bit lighter because, we've all been doing shadow work. We've been dealing with enough of the shadow. So how about we bring in a little bit of fun and we do two things. One, I bring in a somewhat new style of reading. I've been doing it on myself recently. My guides guided me to do it that way, and I have been coming up with some pretty crazy readings. So we'll bring that into play, and what we're also going to do is we are going to be asking the cards, what does your past life look like? Who were you in a past life? What kind of life did you lead? Do you have any karmic relationships that carried over from your last life to this one? Let's find out. So, jumping right in, we're doing things a little bit differently this time. You're going to be picking a deck. I'm going to be working with that deck for your tarot portion of your reading. And for the oracle card portion of your reading, I will be pulling them from over here, just off camera, where I have all of my oracle cards set up. And I will be pulling from them as I am directed by my spiritual team. All right? Let's do this. I'm so excited. I've got 3 new decks here. The Light Seers Tarot you guys have already seen. So, deck number 1, we have the Woodland Tarot with the Mystery Tumblestone. We have the Light Seers Tarot with the Moss Agate Palmstone. We have the Fountain Tarot with this beautiful piece of blue kyanite. And last but definitely not least, I'm so excited to use this deck. I'm so excited. Is the Mystic Mondays. I have the boxes over here. The Mystic Mondays Tarot with the piece of clear quartz. So take a look. Deck 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let me know which one you choose, and I'll see you at your pile selection. Hey, deck 1, how's it going? So, you picked the Wooden Tarot with the Mystery Tumblestone. Now, I don't think you guys will be able to see it, but on the inside of this stone, you can see little tiny lines, and it's opaque. You can kind of see through it. I got some, put that there. I got some crystals in a online store, and I believe I'll link the shop down below. And when I got my order, they had intuitively chosen some stones for me and sent, this baggie of a little handful of tumblestones with no label. And they said, part of the fun is you get to go and do your research and find out what these stones are. So I'm still trying to figure out what this little guy is. But I like him. So that is a very mysterious stone. And this is a rather mysterious deck. So something tells me that there's going to be... an interesting story here. The mystery deck and the mystery stone. So, tapping into everyone who will be watching deck number 1, what will their past lives look like? Okay. You're going to have to pardon me. This is not only a new deck, but they changed the names of the suits on me. So I might have to process a little bit longer than usual to get these cards out. So, deck number 1's past life. Let's take a look. So you definitely were a male in your past life. I'm not going to say whether this is your most recent past life or if this is just the strongest one that's coming through. Okay, well, this was a life where there wasn't much happiness. You know, I said in the beginning of this that we had enough of the shadow, but it just seems to be following us no matter where we go. Roman numerals. Sorry, if you find yourself suffering from depression or anxiety, or you just sort of find yourself being extremely just tired and run down and worn out, that is because this is carrying over from your past life. Why? You went on a journey that you told yourself it was for self-discovery, but it was for selfish reasons because you were pursuing a person who really had no interest in you. And that was a cause for, yeah, Ace of Cups in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Cups in reverse, the Fool, Four of Swords, the Emperor in reverse. Something definitely went very, very wrong with whoever this person is. What about this Sun card? Tell me about this Sun card. Sun card in reverse. There was a lot of stagnation. It didn't move at the speed you wanted it to, or nothing happened the way you wanted it to happen. You probably in this lifetime find yourself getting very, very easily frustrated when things are not going the way you planned them, or if you were to be on a certain schedule, getting behind on that schedule or not keeping to that would be something that will cause you a great amount of happy squirrel in reverse. a lot of stress. And that is carrying over from this past life. A lot of unhappiness because what you wanted, this relationship, this person, you were just pushing and pushing and pushing and fighting and fighting and fighting for this. And it just was not happening. It was not going anywhere. Like, what is wrong with this person? Like, what's with this Four of Cups, like, bored energy? So, Five of Cups. Okay. So, for some reason, this person felt like this connection wasn't going anywhere. They weren't ready for a connection, They felt like they would be tied down, and they didn't want to be tied down. You could have been dealing with a Sagittarius. You yourself could be a fire sign, especially with the Emperor representing you, coming through as you in this. You definitely were a man, even though this is masculine energy, but definitely Aries comes through very strongly with the Emperor. But this person was not ready for what you were offering. King of Cups, they knew that you were realistically or idealistically in a perfect world everything they wanted, but Page of Cups in reverse, they were not ready for the level of emotion that you were offering them. They were not prepared for that sort of that level of connection. They weren't ready for that. And Two of Swords in reverse, yeah, it kind of scared them. So you spent all this time chasing after this person, and Queen of Pentacles, they were not as wonderful as you thought they were. You kind of put them up on a pedestal, and I'm hearing that this is something that definitely carries on into this life in current relationships. An issue you most likely have is that when you do get into a relationship, you tend to put these people up on a pedestal, in the sense of your self-worth is in direct correlation and is directly related to their opinion of you, or what you perceive their opinion of you to be. Not seeing your self-worth and losing yourself within that relationship is what I'm hearing. Is that is definitely an issue for you that's carried on from that into this lifetime. Which can cause you to be very immature. It can cause you to you are so accustomed to conflict and having to defend yourself that when you have a Ten of Cups situation, you are sitting here, Page of Swords in reverse, by all intents and purposes, acting like an angry teenager on an emotional level. Emotional immaturity in a situation, because, well, why? See, there you go. Five of Wands. Conflict. Conflict! You're so used to conflict. And Hanged Man in reverse. You can't... Confirmation. You can't get yourself away. You're so used to it that when you find yourself in a situation, you are so used to being hurt, you can't handle love. You have made yourself incapable of receiving tenderness and love because you are so used to the pain that you would rather continue to feel pain and live in this chaos than have the possibility of this being taken away from you. That scares you more than anything else. So why is that? What does that have to do with the past life? Okay. So Two of Wands in reverse, a journey, not going anywhere, stagnation. But why do you fight against it? Your relationship with your mother has something to do with it in this past life, High Priestess. Definitely has to do, if it isn't your mother, it had to do with a very matronly female energy in this past life. The Magician in reverse. This woman, this female energy, made you feel powerless, took away your power. And this may manifest in this life as you having a very rocky relationship with your mother. Or, yeah, 10 of Wands in reverse. You may not even be speaking to your mother right now. Or a mother figure, matronly figure in your life, you may not even be speaking to them because of some of this stuff pulling into your life now. What else have we got for your past life? We have the Six of Swords in reverse, so that is talking to me again about wanting to do things, wanting to force yourself forward, wanting to, burst forward and get done what you want done. But it's just not happening. It's just being blocked. Possibly because, yes, I'm hearing it's because you ran from your shadow work, and when you run from your shadow work, you don't get the abundance, you don't get the blessings when you don't do the work. Yeah, Ace of Swords in reverse. You couldn't handle the truth. You couldn't handle the truth about yourself. And the truth about yourself was you were a very selfish person. You only really cared about yourself. And that was because, Strength in reverse, you were really, really scared about putting faith in other people. And that is definitely carried into this life. Definitely. Page of Wands in reverse. Don't really trust in other people's foundations, in what other people have to offer you. Yeah. Your eyes are just completely closed to any and all outside influence or, help, whatever it is. Keep it away from me. What else have we got? We have the King of Swords in reverse. You were put into a lot of situations where you could not or would not speak your truth. You would not speak your truth because you were made to feel like your ideas were not valid. Knight of Cups in reverse, like you were not enough, like you were not worthy, like you are not valid, so what's the point in speaking when, who cares? And that is definitely carried on into this life, but going from the Page of Stones, Page of Wands in reverse, and then the Knight of Stones showing up, this is something that you will overcome, you are working on, or you have overcome in this life. You have closed out that cycle, which is so great. I am so happy for you. That is awesome. So there's some happiness. And then we have the Devil in reverse. So as a closing, I do see that the devil energies that will and have carried over from your past life, you will overcome them. Devil in reverse. You will overcome them. But you need to remember that the shadow work needs to be done. You have to do it. And if you don't do it, you are doomed to repeat this life over and over and over until you get it. So I really wouldn't suggest that. And with our last card, we have the God of Stones, which is the Ace of Wands in reverse. Trust your intuition. Trust yourself. Don't block out those intuitive hits, okay? Don't do that. I am only being directed towards the crystal oracle cards for you. Wow, that was a lot of channeling that I did. That was a lot of channeling. Ask me in 5 minutes what I said, and I won't be able to tell you. Probably most of this reading, I wouldn't be able to tell you what I just said. Wow. Love this deck. So, anything to say about deck 1's past life? Labradorite. So, labradorite is said to be an effective healing stone for those dealing with addiction, dependency. Labradorite is said to be an effective healing stone for those dealing with addiction and dependency. It is also popular for use in strengthening the immune system. Considered a dream stone, labradorite promotes lucid dreaming, creativity, and deepens insight. It is said to strengthen one's intuition and aid in psychic abilities. It is associated with Scorpio, the planet Pluto, the solar plexus chakra, and it is said that an Inuit soldier wandering the coast found the brilliant northern lights trapped inside labradorite. He swung his spear and freed the lights, creating the aurora borealis we see today. Historically, it is said to be one of the most powerful protection stones commonly carried by healers, shamans, and magicians alike. So what this tells me is you were a light worker in your past life. You were an oracle, you were a seer, you worked with divination tools, you worked with crystals, you may have been a shaman, you may have been a healer. You definitely were a light worker in a past life, which means you may or most likely will be drawn, if you're here watching this, definitely drawn to these sorts of things that you were very, very well versed in a past life. All right, the affirmation deck is calling my name for you guys. What do we have to say to deck 1? I have the power to transmute anger and pain into progress and change. So all of these things, like with that devil in reverse, all these things, these devil energies, these negative things that can carry over and have carried over into this life from the past life, you are the one who has the power to transmute that from pain to growth. You cannot grow without pain. New things cannot be born without the old things being destroyed. So, smoky quartz would definitely be good for you. Smoky quartz is what healers, light workers, people like me use to do exactly that. It transmutes negative into positive energy. I allow myself to simply experience this without judgment. That's just reminding you that whenever your shadow self reveals itself, whenever those dark, raw emotions come out, remember to step back outside of yourself and to merely observe what's happening. Really observe and take in the emotions you're feeling, the thoughts that are going across your mind, what your body is telling you, what your soul is saying. Pay really close attention in those moments, because those are going to be the most revealing moments where you learn the most about yourself. Okay? That is it for you, Deck 1. Thank you so much for coming. Put a like down below and let me know if you liked this new style of reading. Drop a comment. Let me know how you feel about this. Did this hit home anywhere? Did I send tingles up your spine? I hope so. Spiritual tingles are always a good time, especially in a reading. So, I am Shadow Oracle, your ever-present, ever-learning guide down your very own fool's journey, a path that we all must walk, though a little bit misguided sometimes. We are never divided, and that is the purpose of this channel. So why shadow? I walk what I like to call the shadow path. Because you know what? If we didn't explore the darkness, if we didn't explore the shadows within ourselves, we would have nothing left to give contrast to the light. Thank you so much for coming by, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, follow Ye Witch on Instagram and Facebook, and I even have a ticky-tocky. Follow me, baby. We will see you next week for another video. This is Shadow Oracle, signing off. Hey, Deck 2, what's up? How's it going? Nice to see ya. So, you picked the Lightseer's Tarot with this moss agate palm stone. Now, pardon me while I look down and read from the backs of my crystal cards. I'm still learning about crystals, ever present, ever learning. I'm new to this whole crystal game, so if I miss anything, please somebody correct me. This is simply an agate card, not a moss agate, so oh, I have a hair. I will fill in what little information I know as I go. So, agate comes in many colors, variations. This moss agate corresponds with the heart chakra. It corresponds with Taurus and earth signs, especially Taurus. And it just encourages you to slow down, to really think, really to introspect, and to just be in the present moment, to be in your physical body. In ancient times, agate was referred as an amulet or talisman. In 1800s, wearers of an eye agate were believed to be protected from the evil eye by taking on the watchfulness of their guardians. It is said magicians could use agate to divert a storm. Pliny the Elder believed this stone made a person agreeable and gave them the favor of God. Well, now that we've seen that, let's get into your reading. So, what did Deck 2's past life look like? What did their past life look like? Who were they in a past life? What were some of the things that they did? What did they do for a living in a past life? What did this past life look like? Did they have any connections, any karmic connections that carried on into this life from the past life? Alrighty. Let's just get our first look here. I was channeling really hard in the last reading, and I'm not familiar with that deck, so I'm really interested to see what happens here. So again, okay, it's a little better than the last group, The last group, they did not have a very good past life. They did not have a good time. But for you, yeah, it wasn't so good, but it didn't start so good. So it did get better. It didn't get better at first because there was a non-willingness to leap forward, to take that leap of faith. Yeah, Two of Pentacles in reverse. A lot of confusion, a lot of indecision, Queen of Swords in reverse, being in a situation where you felt like you couldn't, this popped up in group 1 too, where you felt like you couldn't speak your truth. 9 of Swords, just really, really cyclical thinking in your head, feeling like, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, that anything you would contribute to a situation would be pointless. But why is that? Why did you not want to take that? Okay, so 10 of Wands in reverse, you didn't feel worthy of relieving yourself of burden. Why were you so attached to feeling burdened? So there was a person that you knew most of your life in this past life. That double-crossed you, that really did you dirty. I'm really not liking this energy. But this person getting you in your head and getting you into that 8 of Swords, and somehow and for some reason, this person pushing you into this frightened, I'm so scared, I don't know where to go energy within yourself, that is what pushed you into this High Priestess card that we have here. Ooh, itchy. Pardon me. So yeah, it really, really pushed your spiritual growth forward. It really just vaulted you forward into your spiritual path in this past life. Yeah. Death. It just completely, like, this betrayal from this friend, I'm getting that it was definitely a friend of yours, a very close friend that you had from childhood. It just bam, I am on my spiritual path. I am my higher knowing. I am that High Priestess. I got this. And you just went forward and just started learning and learning and learning and learning and learning. So definitely something that I am hearing that is carried over from your past life is people can't really bring you down. It's really difficult for somebody to get into your ear and make you believe something outside of yourself that you don't already inherently believe. You very much stick to your beliefs. You're very rooted. You're very grounded. You do your own research. Page of Swords. You've done all of your own research. You've done all of your own reading. You know all the answers. You have all the answers. So nobody is going to be able to go into your ear and make you believe anything that you don't already believe, or nobody's going to be able to sway your opinions on something, because no, I have done the research, I have done the work in that past life. You may find that on top of that, you may have claircognizance. That's what I'm hearing, that's what I'm getting, claircognizance, which is the gift that I work with. Claircognizance, clear knowing, is just, you'll just know things without ever being educated on it. You will have a crystal placed in front of you, and without me having to tell you what moss agate is, without me having to tell you what it is associated with or what it does, you would be able to touch this stone, or if you are that much of an empath, if you vibrate that high, you could look through this screen, and before me having to say anything, you would be able to tell me almost everything about that stone. Just knowing things without anybody having to tell you, without anybody having to give you that information. So 3 of Wands in reverse and 4 of Wands in reverse. So you did hit a period of stagnation. There was a period, I'm getting that it was about midway through your life, about in your 30s, your 40s. There was a period of stagnation. And this faith that you had gained was shaken. Or there was some type of non-willingness to go within. I see. Because you got hurt again. Dang it! I said I wanted this to be lighthearted, and I said I wanted this to be fun, and here comes the shadows creeping into my readings every time. I have a dark cloud, a rain cloud hanging over my head all the time, and the shadow just finds me. Shadow Oracle. The perks of being a shadow walker, a shadow worker, a dark witch. It's just you can't escape it. And you know what? It's true. You can never escape the shadow. Where there is light, there is shadow. You do not know what light is without shadow. Light is born from shadow. Life comes from the void. So what happened here is you manifested a love. And it went wrong. Because you were a light worker, you were a witch. Ten of Swords, painful endings, karma, yeah. You were burned in a witch trial, or you were, unfortunately, tortured in some type of inquisition. You were magician in reverse. You were prosecuted for who you are. You were prosecuted for your power. People were scared of you because of the magic that you possess, because of the energy, the vibration level you put out. People were really scared of that. And you ended up being brought down because of that. Because people just didn't have the ability to open themselves up. They were too scared. Because you, being that light being, being that light worker, you were a mirror to the world. You showed people just by existing the sides of themselves that they wanted to hide. You were the mirror that reflected that back to them, and that scared the piss out of all of the people around you. And that is the reason why, I'm sorry, you were one of the very, very unfortunate pioneer brother or sister from the past that was persecuted for your beliefs. And you paid the ultimate sacrifice so that witches like me, like you, could live the lives of freedom that we have. Can't hold anything. Watchtower of the North, winter. You have a coldness towards love, and that has carried over from your past life. Pardon me. But so long as you hold on to that, your spiritual awakening is not going to happen. Now, you may have intuitive hits. You may connect with spirit guides. You may meditate and do all of these things. But your true ascension, so to speak, is your full power is not going to come to you. It's not going to happen until you resolve the things that have carried on from the past life, until you've resolved that karma. Magic, yeah. And hand fasting, union. So what I am getting out of this is you are a witch, and if you aren't, then you are being encouraged to embark on that spiritual path and just look around and see what interests you. Because if you do come across something that interests you, then it is something that's carried over from the past life into this life. An interest that you had, a career that you had. So these are the last cards I'm going to have for you, deck 2. I hope you've enjoyed your reading. I've had a lot of fun. I'm having so much fun with this. Ceremony. Conduct a personal ceremony just for you. Peace. Be surrounded by peace. Moon cycles. Utilize the power of the moon to manifest. And the answer to your question is no. So yeah, ceremony, candles, magic. You are being called towards, if you haven't already noticed it yourself, to be honest. The fact that you're sitting here watching this video tells me that whether you notice it or not, you are being called towards magic. You are being called towards Wicca, paganism, shadow walker, dark witch, whatever. You have to look into what it is that calls to you. You have to look into exactly what, hits your tuning fork, so to speak, on a spiritual level. You need to find peace in your life, and you will find that through this spiritual journey. Oh, sorry, my cat. That's what's meant by this ceremony, moon cycles. You're really, really, really being pushed towards the gifts that you had accumulated in a past life. They're trying so hard to push through into this life, but you really need to let go of that pain. No mas, no more. You need to let go of it. You need to embark on this spiritual path. Start meditating, okay? Dancing is meditating, driving is meditating, doing the dishes is meditating. Anything that you do that brings you present into your body, present into your mind space, into a place where you can find quiet and clarity. So that's it for you guys in deck 2. Thank you so much for coming. Like the video if you like the content. It lets me know whether you like this new style of reading or not. Put a comment below. Let me know what you think. Did I resonate with you on any sort of level? Did I hit home anywhere? I'd love to know. Has any of this bled into your current life? I love hearing feedback. Let your witch know. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell notification so that you can stay in the loop when your witch puts out new videos every Wednesday. I am Shadow Oracle, your ever-present, ever-learning guide down your very own fool's journey, a path that we all must walk, though a little bit misguided sometimes. We are never divided, and that is the purpose of this channel. So why shadow? I walk what I like to call the shadow path, because you know what? If we didn't acknowledge the darkness, if we didn't explore the shadow within ourselves, there'd be nothing left to give contrast to the light. Thanks again so much for coming by, guys. Don't forget to follow Your Witch on Instagram and Facebook, and even on the ticky-tockies. Ta-ta! This is Shadow Oracle, signing off. Hey, Deck 3! How's it going? Nice to see you. I missed ya. So, you picked the pile, well, the Fountain Tarot. with this beautiful piece of blue kyanite. Now, pardon me while I look down. I have some crystal cards that have information about these stones. Physically, kyanite is known to lower blood pressure, reduce fevers, and relieve pain. It is said to be a wound healer, and its energy is used to promote tissue growth. Mentally, kyanite promotes a balance and clarity. It is commonly used in dream recall work and as a magical stone for promoting one's psychic abilities. Historically, kyanite is known as being the most powerful anti-negativity crystal, so it does not need to be cleansed. It is said to protect from the moment of birth to the moment of death, making it a lifelong companion and a good stone for children. Commonly used in banishing rituals and past life work. Fancy that. Kyanite is said to connect one to the other realms and spirits. The Archangel Michael's sword was said to be made of kyanite. Well, that's interesting. Let's have a look at what your past life looked like. Good Lord. So, Spirit, what did deck 3's past life look like? What sort of energies did they come in contact with in this past life? What sort of life did they live? What kind of person were they? Did they have any relationships carry on from the past life into this one? I'm going to pull these cards back a bit. The glare from the window is really getting on these cards. They're got a lot of bright colors on them, so they really reflect light into my eyeballs. All right. I really try to give you guys lighthearted videos to give that little boost of high vibrational energy, little dose of spiritual caffeine and sunshine into your week. But the shadows follow everywhere your witch goes. The joys of being a shadow walker, a dark witch, whatever you want to call it. I cannot escape the shadow. And you know what? I encourage shadow work because new things cannot be born without destruction. So, unfortunately, I do see a life path here where you felt mostly, or at least, no, I'm getting that towards the beginning, so not so much closer to group 1, more like group 2, where the beginning of your life, you started out with a lot of lack of emotional fulfillment. Why? Placing too much value on relationships and not enough value on being alone, basically. Being scared of me clothes getting in the eye. Really being afraid of being on your own. Really just not vibing with the idea of not having the lovers, okay? Not having, basing your own emotional fulfillment on another person. And yeah, the Chariot, 7 of Coins. You can't grow within Earth that is not still, that is constantly moving. Hot lava does not have greenery. It only does after it is stagnated, after it has stopped moving. Plants don't grow in moving water. They grow in stillness, okay? So the Hierophant, you dedicated yourself to a life of spirituality, which is something that also seems to be a theme that popped up in group 2 as well. But this life of spirituality pushed you to a place where you, by all intents and purposes, burnt yourself out. You were putting too much into other people and not enough into yourself because, again, you had not done the shadow work. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You did not do the shadow work of loving yourself, okay? You didn't fix this first problem. So you end up pouring too much of yourself into work and into others because you're just, look at you. You are so used to, oh, excuse me. My throat chakra is acting up. Which is funny because kyanite corresponds with the throat chakra. There you go. That's the answer. It's because you don't know how to speak about your own personal needs. You don't know how to look at somebody and be like, this is what I need. This is what I need for mental fulfillment. This is what I need for emotional fulfillment. This is what I need for physical fulfillment. Okay? You have a problem with talking about these sorts of things, with communicating to your partner what it is you want. And it stems from this past life as well as this life. It stems from your childhood due to a negative relationship to your father or a negative relationship to a fatherly or paternal figure in your life. And that is what has caused Two of Swords, really this overall energy of battling with yourself over things that you believe or want to believe rather about yourself, you know, that part of you that actually loves you and believes in you, and these things that other people have told you that you are or that you should be or should be doing. The Hanged Man in reverse. Yeah, so other people's perspectives being forced on you, almost being lived vicariously, people living vicariously through you by feeling unfulfilled in their own lives, and that caused a lot of pain. This happened in group 1 as well, you may suffer from depression or anxiety, and that is something that is carried over from this past life and is karma that you need to work on. And it's something that you haven't really been putting any work into at all. You may have been, if not running from help and psychiatry and all that and doctors altogether, you could be refusing to take medication, just really, really not willing to put in that work that needs to be put in for what needs to be done. And that needs to change. You overindulged a lot in this past life because of all of the struggles you went through. It was a coping mechanism. It was escapism. And it's something you need to be wary of in this life. You need to be very wary of your own follies. You need to shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. You really need to find out the reason why you can't love yourself. You know, obviously, yes, it stems from your childhood and it has to do with a negative relationship with a male in your life, which in turn has caused an imbalance within you with your own masculine energy. Yeah. In this lifetime, you probably most likely feel disconnected emotionally from relationships, or that you don't feel as much in relationships as most other people do, because you were people mucked around on you in your past life. Why would you want to set yourself up for that again? Or perhaps in this life you feel like you have to fight to keep people in your life. You always have to, you are the one contacting these people. You are the one doing this, that, the other thing. You. And that is, again, coming from that past life, that hierophant, that pouring too much into other people because of a lack of self-love. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That confirmation. This is karma that you need to resolve in this life. 5 of Coins in reverse. So I do see that this is something that you will overcome. The Fountain in reverse. You just have to realize that, I keep saying this over and over in my readings, you create your own reality. As soon as you turn that mentality upside down, once you get out of, oh, I don't have any effect on this, to I have every effect on my life, that is what's really going to change things. 6 of Wands, 8 of Coins. What's really going to be the game changer for you is the self-love, is loving yourself. Moving on to your oracle cards. Of course, the giggle deck has to come out. Love. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. You need to have faith in yourself. You need to have faith in the fact that you are a beautiful, wonderful, amazing human being, and why would you believe otherwise? And why would you allow anybody else to make you think otherwise? Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to shine. That needs no explanation whatsoever. And deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Self mask. Dig in there. Do your shadow work. Don't be afraid of it. Because when you get through your shadow work, once you get through the karma of this past life, there are going to be so many more blessings that are going to come your way. Adjustments are required. Explore what it is that needs to change. Conclusions are within reach. So if you have been working towards something, if you have been really, really putting something out there into the universe and like really, really asking about something, you are going to be getting answers very soon. A win-win outcome is forecast. You are going to be getting results soon. And balance, spirituality, and practicality. Integrate spirituality into your everyday life. Go do that meditation for a few minutes. Go and sit out in Mother Nature with your bare flippin' feet on the grass and just hang out there with Mother Nature. Just hang out and be. Perfect. The Rebel deck has to say to you, figure ish out on your own. Alright, that is it for you, deck number 3. Thank you so much for coming by. Put a like down below, letting me know if you enjoyed this new style of reading or not. Put a comment down below, man. Let your witch know what you thought. Did I hit any resonatory notes? Did I hit that little tuning fork on the inside anywhere? Did I give you the spiritual tingles? Let me know. Did this resonate with you? I love to hear the feedback. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Thank you for coming by. Don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more content like this. I put out new content every Wednesday. And hit that bell notification so you can stay in the loop when You Witch puts out new videos every Wednesday. I am Shadow Oracle, your ever-present, ever-learning guide down your very own fool's journey. A path that we all must walk, though a little bit misguided sometimes. We are never divided, and that is the purpose of this channel. So why Shadow? I like to walk what I like to call the shadow path. Because you know what? If we didn't acknowledge the darkness, if we didn't explore the shadow within ourselves, we would have nothing left to give contrast to the light. Thank you so much again for coming by. Like, comment, subscribe, follow You Witch on Instagram and Facebook, as well as the ticky-tockies. This is Shadow Oracle, signing off. Hey, Deck 4. How's it going? Hey, babe. I'm great. Thanks for asking. So, last but certainly not least, I have been itching to get to this deck through the whole reading. I put it at last for my motivation to get through the reading. No, I'm just kidding. I do things, everything I do is divinely guided. The decks I pick, the stones I pick, the order in which I do things, it is all divinely guided and all guided by my spiritual team. So you picked I have the box over here, the Mystic Mondays Tarot. I'm so excited to use it. And you picked the raw piece of clear quartz. Now, I have my crystal card down here, pardon me. For the physical body, it is said to be a master healer, known to remove toxins, boost the immune system, and relieve head pain. It is also used to balance emotions and boost one's creativity. When carried and used in ritual, it is believed to protect against psychic attacks and promote clairvoyance while purifying the soul and aura. I find it to be a stone that really, really helps me when I need to gain clarity. If I need to really, really, cut the crap and really get to the meat and potatoes of the issue, then clear quartz is the first thing that I go to. It is also an amplifying stone. If you put clear quartz near anything, it is going to turn up the subwoofer on whatever crystal you have it near. It is said Hercules dropped a clear quartz known as the Crystal of Truth from the top of Mount Olympus, shattering it into millions of tiny pieces. These pieces are the ones we find today. It is believed that one cannot tell a lie while holding a shard from the Crystal of Truth. Parts of Asia consider this stone pure dragon's essence, while in Rome it was believed to be solidified ice, often carried by ladies to keep them cool on hot days. Kind of does look like a nice ice cube, doesn't it? So, drop that by our smoky quartz, and let's get into it. Just have a look at the back of these cards. They're so pretty. Okay, stop it, Haley. We need to get into this reading. So, let's get into it. Spirit, guides, gatekeepers, spirits that are simply passing by. Higher self of anyone who is going to be tapping into group 4. What was deck 4's life like in a past life? What kind of person were they? What kind of energies did they come in contact with? What sort of relationships did they have? What was their occupation? Is there anything that is carried on from this past life? So colorful. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Okay. My guides are like, yes, the cards are pretty. Pay attention. Sorry. Because, they're sending me intuitive hits, but I'm too busy raving about how awesome these cards are. All right. I love these cards so much. They definitely have like this really, really strong, like, girl power feel to them. I really, really like it. So, finally, we have something that's better than the first, I don't know, 3 groups. There was, let's just say that there's been a lot of shadows cast over the other readings I've done so far today of people's past lives. I really, really try to keep things lighthearted. I try to, we're all stuck inside. I wanted to bring a little bit of high vibration into your day, bring a little bit of fun in. But for a lot of these groups, we were dealing with a lot of shadows and karmic issues from past lives that were coming in. But so far, what I see, it's looking good, so let's take a look. Starting off with the Lovers. So you were, in a past life, you were very stable within yourself. You were very emotionally fulfilled within the self. This could also mean that you are now and then a Gemini. I very much get Gemini energy from the Lovers. So this could mean that you are a Gemini or an air sign. So you could be a Gemini or an air sign. You don't have to be, but definitely a strong indicator for me. You were a very, very strong, sturdy person. You were very, like I said with the Lovers, very strong within yourself. You were able to carry a lot of burden. And that was because you were very advanced spiritually in your past life. You were very advanced. And I'm getting that this is definitely carried over into this life. Do you see shadows or hear voices right before you go to sleep? Right as you're falling asleep, do you get messages or hear things being said to you? I'm definitely feeling that, not all of you, but a lot of you who picked this deck have a connection with the other side, with people that have passed on, which also means you could be a water sign. You could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. 7 of Wands. Again, that's just reiterating for me that you are very, very strong within yourself. And 2 of Pentacles. You had a very, very unshakable faith in yourself in this past life. You are a very, very strong person. And you found yourself in a lot of situations in this past lifetime that would have frightened a lot of people. It would have put most people into a state of fear, and they would not have pursued these things that you went forward with and pursued because they were just too scared of it. And here's you sitting here with the 6 of Wands, success. So what I'm definitely hearing that has passed on into this life is you are very, very confident. You are very, very strong within yourself. You really have no shadow work as far as self-love and self-image go. You are quite happy with yourself. You're very stable within yourself. You know who you are, and you're very happy within it. And what would have carried over from the past life in these cards, your 6 of Wands and your Strength reversed, is that you have just this... Now I'm getting Taurus energy, so this is really all over the place. Very, very stable, very, very stable energy. You just have this unshakable faith. You can walk into a scary situation and be like, nah, everything's gonna be fine. Yeah. So we have the Tower. So you do have a lot of situations that come into your life, in the past life, and in this life that are very, very, well, tower moment situations. It's completely out of your control. Things just kind of are exploded, hit the reset button, eject by the universe, because you are surrounded by things, people, situations that aren't serving you. You are completely off track from your life path or your soul's purpose, whatever reason it would be at the time. This is something that has happened a lot. And it's not because you're on the wrong spiritual path or anything. I'm just kind of getting it's more of building character. You go through all of these tower moments to give you that Four of Wands, to give you that inner stability. Because you can't have this, the stability, the I love myself, I know who I am, I stand in my power, and nobody can tell me otherwise. You can't get there without going through these experiences first. The tower moments and feeling deceived, feeling betrayed by people around you, feeling wronged, going through those situations where in those tower moments, in those moments where you need these people the most, they turn their swords on you. Because Four of Cups is typically boredom or, lack of interest or feeling sorry for yourself. But look at you. Going through these things has put you into this state of, I know who I am, and nobody can tell me otherwise. And that is because the world, you have done your work and you have resolved your karma from past lives. What I'm hearing is, first of all, what I'm hearing is your Akashic record, what it says, what your destiny says, basically, what is written in your Akashic record, is you have gone through all of your karmic cycles. You have settled your karmic debts. You have finished your karmic cycles. You now have your stability. You're happy within yourself. Now all of that has been cleared up. The abundance and the blessings are coming your way, and you are meant to live a happy and secure life. So the Hermit, Four of Wands, you may receive this stability, but you need to realize that only in having that comfort in being alone, that happiness within the self and within solitude in your own foundation that you have built, that is the only way, really, the only key, the only catch to what you really want out of this, which is love. That cup of love. And I'm hearing that you have been manifesting that into your life. You have been manifesting that love, and the universe hears you, and it's coming fast. The Empress. Yes, because you are standing in your power. You have done your work. You have done everything you need to do. You love yourself. You know who you are. You are the gosh dang Empress, okay? And you have been manifesting that love into your life. And Chariot, 8 of Wands, it is coming. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you guys. Queen of Pentacles, stability, stability, stability. Stability in being by yourself, stability in being alone. That is what I'm hearing. This is the major karmic cycle that you have finally finished. You have spent so much time going round and round and round and round and round and round and round because you had one final lesson, and it was the hardest one. And that was loving yourself and being comfortable with being alone. Wow. Spirit is here. You can't make this up. Queen of Swords, speaking your truth. I know who I am. I stand in my power. I am the Empress. Look at this. The Empress. The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords. The Six of Wands. The Ace of Cups. The Four of Wands. The Sun. Oh my god. I can't. I just can't. This is, oh my god. You have done it. You have done it. You have finished all of your karmic crap. How does it feel? Four of Swords and Five of Pentacles. Now it is time for you to rest. Take care of yourself. Do that self-care, continue that self-love, and just rest. While the universe does everything else. You've put your work in. You've done everything you need to do. Now it's time for the universe to do its part. Blessings and abundance, blessings and abundance, blessings and abundance. And funny with this Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is normally, a feeling of lack, being left out in the cold. But if you get a good look at that, she's smiling. Because she knows about all that BS that's happening inside, which please, I ain't about that. I'll go sit outside. I'm happy by myself. If there's anybody in there who really wants anything to do with me, they'll come find me. The sun. I don't know how you could... Do I really need to explain this? This is wonderful. You have finished out all of your karmic cycles. The Fool, back of the deck. Completely free, youthful, boundless, creative, and beautiful energy. Youthful energy. Oh, this is beautiful. I am so happy for you guys. Let's see what we get for your oracle cards before we finish up here. I trust in divine timing and find peace in life's magnificent unfolding. I trust in divine timing and find peace in life's magnificent unfolding. Sit back, Four Swords, relax, and let the universe bring what is meant to be yours into your life, because you are in alignment. Gratitude fuels my inspiration. Don't forget to be grateful, because this is definitely something to be celebrated. But never, ever, ever forget to be grateful. I forgive myself for being so hard on myself, for all that pressure. I am more than enough. Relax. The work is over. And I will pull one more card for you from the crystal deck. And then that is going to be the end of your reading. I am so happy for you guys. Carnelian. Do we have an Aries, Leo, Sag in the house? So, Carnelian. Physically, carnelian is said to aid in fertility, as its energy is drawn to the reproductive organs in both males and females. It also is known to aid in menopausal symptoms in women and symptoms associated with menstruation. A firestone, it is revered for sparking creativity, especially in those with a knack for building or designing, such as masonries and architects. Carry in a talisman to attract prosperity. It is associated with Leo and Taurus, fire and the sun, the solar plexus chakra, and the angel Michael. The Egyptians referred to this stone as the setting sun due to its brilliant colors. Carnelian is known throughout history to aid and give confidence to those speaking in public, worn by ancient warriors for courage and strength in battle. It also adorned the breastplates of high priests. Alchemists in the Middle Ages boiled carnelian to activate the energy of other chalcedones. Well, that is the end of your reading, Deck 4. Thank you so much for coming by. I am vibing so high after that reading. I am feeling so good. I hope you are too. I am Shadow Oracle, your ever-present, ever-learning guide down your very own fool's journey. A path that we all must walk, though a little bit misguided sometimes. We are never divided, and that is the purpose of this channel. So why Shadow? I walk what I like to call the shadow path. Because you know what? If we don't explore the darkness, if we don't look into the shadows that live within ourselves, we'd have nothing left to give contrast to the light. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to put a like down below, letting me know if you like this new style of reading or not, or, my content in general. Put a comment down below. Did this resonate with you? Did I hit home anywhere? Did I ring that old tuning fork on the inside? I love hearing feedback. Let me know. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that little bell notification so you can stay in the loop when your witch drops new video every Wednesday. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I have a ticky-tocky as well. Thank you so much again for coming. This is Shadow Oracle, signing off.